All you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
Stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke,
yeah, hey, well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Real gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest in. I'm tired of niggas, they frontin' they blessings. They want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Ay,
he's heating up!
But y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Ay, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. You really have people fooled out here, don't you? When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be a king? It ends today.
Stop eating so much. You don't need to eat all the time.
You have the right to remain fat.
Whoa! You gonna fuck on me? Nobody's gonna fuck on you! Oh! What the fuck was that?
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
for you new people, I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Because stickers?
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 20 Hundo and Schnindy Ocho of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swoleo back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexin on all you.
Catalina wine mixer. The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam? How are we doing? Welcome to episode 20 Hundo and Schnindy Ocho. Look at this hair. It's everywhere. I hope you're doing well. What's going on, Julian? What's up, Michelle, Steven, Pedro, Josh, Original, Joe, and of course, Sean. Everyone's here. Matthew. Oh my God, Cerny. Everyone's here. Let's get some gorillas going on here. Let's get some America, baby. It is the Daily Sleaze, and the only mancast that is going to help you get more fucking swole and make sure that you are sticking to your 7 pillars. No one does it like Papa Swoleo and the fam. No one does it. Let's get more applause. Let's go nuts. Go nuts. Let's get this shit in focus. Make sure the beard is in 8K if possible. How are we doing, fam? I hope you are staying warm. I hope your nips are roasting, and I hope you're ready for an amazing show. So let's get this Falcon summoned. Make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, and check out all the links down below for SwoleNormousX.com. Like I've been mentioning, we'll talk about it in just a second after we bust the nut open. We have more announcements. Again, of course, we have the big Papa Swoleo Signature Series drop going down in just 2 days. So tomorrow at midnight until the following midnight, from midnight to midnight on Friday, we have P3S2 dropping. And also, of course, we have our specials ending for the unlimited drops for FYR ending on Sunday night. So we got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Don't miss out on any of it. We'll get into all that and more in just a few moments. Let's bust the nut open. Falcon, let's summon you and take us away. First, fam, drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Drop that right now in the live chat, and let's get today's Mancast started. Of course, wherever you're banging your ear holes, welcome to the fucking show. I summoned you. You are here. What's going on, Falcon? Hairy Nip Beach.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Greatest country in the world, and one of the greatest cards in the world. Thank you, Leo, for being a raging alcoholic. We all love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Put the fucking sparkling bone broth down, bro. All right, that's why Rose let go. Hashtag execute more for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's get a burp going. That was a nice start. I'll take it. I'll give it a 10.
A 10! A 10.
I'll give it a 10.
Fucking 10.
I'll give it a 10 just because it's me. It's me. Of course, I'm going to be biased, but I'm going to give that a 10 because it felt good as it sounded. I hope in full surround sound it was echoing in your ear holes. I hope you like that, bouncing around in your head canals. Fam, hashtag execute more, one of the SwoleFam's favorite cards. Make sure that you are dropping that in the hashtag down below in the comments, and we will give away this card at the end of today's episode. Let's get into that tip, shall we, fam? Are you ready for an amazing show? Are you ready, fam? Let's fucking go. Let's spit on it. Let's moisturize. Are you ready? Let's get some. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Let's get some fucking tip. All right, let's get our first SwoleFam post. What's in the box? First post from Brian, and Brian is into the 3D printing, as it were. And look, he's got a nice little falcon there. Very nice. Got yourself a falcon there, Brian. Very nice. Very nice. And of course, the falcon is on top of his brand new Fef and Swole variant sticker. And he writes, my falcon, quote, tiny, just received that 2079 Fef card. Very nice, bro. Thank you for sharing. Nice falcon, by the way. Nice falcon. Don't you think so? I know. It was nice. It was nice. It's nothing like the real thing, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. All right. Post here from CJ. Hi, fam. Thought I would check in here too. I'm listening to today's Mancast, and I did have a leg day yesterday with my trainer, and today my quads are paying for it. I also did Ashtanga and women's self-defense classes today. Those are really the two reasons I haven't been getting a pump in. Now to address why I've checked out. I'm not the best at being vulnerable with my emotions. I know a lot of the fam have been and currently are going through the same loss that I've experienced. I just don't like talking about it. I don't like myself when I'm upset, and I don't like appearing weak. I've been told I'm too sensitive and too emotional in the past, so I just bury my feelings away, and now I'm paying the price. Brain gains, journaling, yoga, and walks are all helping. Now that the winter session is coming to a close, I can establish a better routine. I do really miss you all. I just didn't want you guys to look down on me. Well, we're not going to look down on you. I think, one, you got to stop worrying about what other people fucking think. So it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It matters what you think. It doesn't matter if it's a SwoleFam. It doesn't matter who it is. You need to be focusing on yourself, and you can't outsource your self-worth to anyone else. So who cares who's looking at you, what they're looking at you, how they're thinking? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You have to focus on what's right for you. Definitely don't want to get into this cycle every single year. So, hopefully you can set some good habits and good routines. That way, every single winter, you don't go down in this cycle. There's no reason because it's summer or winter to beat yourself up. The most important thing is that you're sticking to your 7 pillars, CJ, and you are training and being consistent regardless of other things going on in your life. And that's not always the easiest thing, but it's the most important thing because it will keep you focused. It will keep you centered. And thank you for sharing. And of course, keep plugging in and keep on letting us know what's going on. Don't be a stranger, because doing that by yourself, if you're beating yourself up, that's not a healthy situation. So just keep on reaching out and plugging in, and the SwoleFam is here for it. All right, we got a post here from Elijah. He writes, upper body day smashed. Get some gorillas there to talk about, baby.
We choose truth over facts.
Yow. Now it's time to go get some quality red meat in my belly, hit the ice bath, and recover for tomorrow with a good night's sleep. Hashtag go to the fucking gym, swole slut, and most don't. Indeed, Elijah. Indeed. All right, post here from Isaiah in our SwoleFam discussion boards on SwoleNormousX.com in pillar number 6, mindfulness. What's up, fam? Let me start off by saying my training and consistency were pretty on the spot. Early last week, something in me snapped mentally. I felt a growing disparity, not only in my work life, but missing a Monday lift snowballed into me being a biche and skipping Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Mentally, I was not in it in any aspect. I was short-tempered and couldn't shake it. Normally, I would do brain gains. I would brain gain it up and do some yoga, but not this time. I started Swole season this past Friday and felt my mental clarity come back. Almost took day 2 off last night because it was cold and late by the time I got home, but I slapped myself in the tits and got after it. It helped me remember the reasons why I exercise Help me remember the reasons why exercise and consistency are important pillars. Well, don't forget, all 7 of them are fucking important, not just pillars 3 and 7. Switching my days 3 and 4 in the program because of my work schedule today, and it gives me the chance to start the week off with a bang like leg day. There's always going to be peaks and valleys. The most important thing to remember is the habits we build and work on daily to help us through each opportunity and challenge. Get after it today, fam. Good for you, Isaiah. Good shit. Good for you. And our last post here from Sean, post-workout meal, a pound of grass-fed beef, 1 ounce of raw liver, and avocado, fueling up for the day. Get some, fam. Indeed. All right. Very nice. Excellent. Excellent, SwoleFam, crushing it. SwoleFam, crushing it. What else we got going on? Who's here watching live? What are you training today? Let's see. Michelle, teaching hot yoga tonight, yin tomorrow night, and hatha flow on Saturday morning. Lockdowns have devastated the yoga studios in my community, and the gym I teach at was open to adding more yoga classes. The schedule, I don't know what that means. That kind of just trailed off and ended abruptly. You mean before the lockdowns? Yeah. I mean, if you're a small business, fucking open anyway. Fuck the mandates and fuck those restrictions. You have to stand up for yourself. If everyone just opened up their businesses, things would go back to nothing's going to be normal. I mean, what's normal anyway? But if people just fucking did it, then what are you going to do? You're going to just arrest every single business? You're going to shut down every single business? Open that shit up. Yeah, it's nonsense. Especially the gyms and the yoga studios, the places that are going to get people the healthiest, right? But where you're living at, Michelle, by the way, guess depends on where you're living. But that's the problem. People talk a big game and then they don't act, right? They'll say, oh, I don't like this. And then they'll, in the face of anything, they'll just, tuck their tail between their legs and just follow orders. So, if everyone just got together and just said, fuck it, we're just going to open, what are they going to do? Nothing. Not going to do shit. Well, they might try to do shit and then who knows? But let's try to keep America America. How about that? All right, fam, drop in the comments down below what you are smashing today. Make sure you take a sip right now, hydrate, drink some coffee. Oh, yeah, Michelle, you're just outside of Ottawa, Canada. Oh, yeah, so you're in Canada, so you're dealing with all those authoritarian lockdowns. I don't know if a lockdown anywhere is not authoritarian, but I guess, we'll just use that word, throw that around swiftly. Not far from the truckers' protest. How's that going? How's that going, by the way? How's the truckers' protest? Where's that at? I know Trudeau tucked tail and, I have COVID, and he left the scene. Oh, it's so dangerous. He's got a little flu. No, he's got a little cold. Hiding, removing himself. What a pussy, right? What a pussy. You're going to make those laws. You're going to lock everyone down. Then you're not even going to address the fact that people are fucking pissed and done with it. So are they actually going to stick it out? Do you think it's going to last? I'm sure they're still there, but what's the plan so far? Anyone that's maybe more local. I haven't been paying attention to all the details. So drop that in the comments if you are living close by or you've been up on it. I haven't seen any of the latest. It's really hard to find that shit in the news. If you notice that, you have to look more on like international news. If you look at mainstream media, the leftist media, you're not going to find any of the truckers protesting. You're not going to see a lot of coverage because, well, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, right? Doesn't look good when people are saying, fuck you. Fuck you. All right, we got a question here. Let's take some questions. If you have a question, drop in the comments down below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. Let's see. We got one from FunClutch22. And FunClutch, what does that mean? Should I cut when I start working out if I'm obese or maintain? Let's read that again. Should I cut when I start working out if I'm obese or maintain? If you start working out and you're obese, you're not going to be able to maintain. You're just going to lose. You're going to lose. If you're obese and you're exercising, you're working out and you're eating properly, you're going to lose. So lift weights, do yoga, follow the 7 pillars. If you're interested in joining the SwoleFam, we have everything you need. That's ideal for someone who's looking to get started with their training. But check out our content on the elimination diet. That's absolutely paramount, which is the reason why you're obese. and of course other lifestyle habits, but make sure that you are lifting weights, practicing yoga, drinking plenty of water, eating quality foods, not inflammatory, getting proper sleep, all that stuff, and you'll be just fine. When you're just starting off, you don't have to complicate it. You don't have to be micromanaging calories. You need to fundamentally change your food quality, what you're eating. Don't worry so much about how much. A lot of people, oh my God, you're going to tell someone who's obese to not worry about how much. Trust me, you eat what I eat, for example, you're going to have a real hard time overeating. You're going to have a real hard time trying to overstuff your face to gain more weight. You're going to lose. You're going to get full. You're going to feel great. And with lifting and proper other lifestyle habits, you're going to lose extra body fat. Let's see. It's the Julian to your Ricky. They played hockey and people were mad. In Canada, what irks me is that the media is painting them as white supremacists. And I'm like, dude, where was this energy when the BLM protests got out of hand? Well, that was helping. BLM and Antifa are essentially the militant wings of the Democratic Party. So rioting in the streets was creating more divisiveness, the race, all the racial angst that's going around in the media. That's all perpetuated by the left. And it's good to distract people. It's great for people that are in power, period, the uniparty. It's beneficial to keep people squabbling amongst themselves rather than actually directing their attention like the eye of Sauron to where the problems are coming from. I think a lot more people are more and more every single day it's very transparent. When you go too far, when you overstep, it's very obvious. You extend your neck, you're like, oh shit, everyone sees it. You're playing hide and go seek and everyone's like, oh, there it is. It's very hard to put that cat back in the bag, so to speak. But then again, why are you putting a cat in the bag? And I don't know.
He's heating up!
I don't know. It's a weird situation. Where'd that come from? What's the etymology of that? Who's putting cats in bags? Who's putting cats in bags? I think you'd be arrested for that today, even though cats suck. No? Some of you like cats. They're okay. They're just okay. Just okay. Definitely dogs are better. We all know that. We all know that. All right. I like to take these conversations off on the side roads, bumpy, off on the trails, and you're like, where the fuck are we? We're definitely off the map. There's no lights. There's no lights on the side of the road. Papa Swole, take us back to the highway. Danny questioned Papa Swole, do you recommend knee compression sleeves? And if so, any in particular? I don't personally use them. There are many different kinds out there. Personally, I think you should be strengthening your knees. I think you should be working on knee mobility, ankle and hip mobility, and in all my experience, you're not going to need that if you have strong joints, if you have strong knees, and mobile knees. So I would check out, if you have access to our master classes, you could check out those ankle, knee, and hip mobility master classes. I personally don't use knee compression sleeves. I think SBD makes good ones for powerlifting, but I don't know. I don't really have other brands that I'd be like, oh, I use these or this and the other. I don't use compression sleeves. If any of you use them, you can drop your thoughts, but I personally rarely, if ever, use belts, or I don't use sleeves, but I have a belt. I just don't use it like for weightlifting. I just never really have an application where I require it. I like to feel what my body's doing. If my knees can't handle something, then I don't want to put a sleeve over them and give them artificial support. Let's see. Pedro, I love how they called tow trucks on the truckers, and somehow all the tow companies had COVID. Are these all the stories about Canada where they're trying to get them out of the way, and all the companies are like, oh, I have COVID. In other words, nope, we're not doing it. That's pretty awesome. All right. Everyone's like, oh, I have swole kitties. All right. If you have cats, that's awesome. No, I grew up with cats. I just like dogs so much more. I'm just teasing. Yeah. I mean, I really, honestly, I wouldn't go looking for knee sleeves. Knee sleeves are really that's going to be, in my opinion, the wrong direction rather than going after strengthening your knees fundamentally. You don't want to use that as a crutch. Just my personal experience with it and how I don't use them. Crowbobby, Akorobobi. Hey, what are your thoughts on swimming? How does it rank with the 7 pillars? It doesn't rank at all with the 7 pillars. It has nothing to do with any of the pillars. Maybe part of a training in pillar number 3. But that only, if you like swimming, I think everyone should be able to swim in case you need to swim. I just don't train for swimming. I don't care about going swimming frequently. Some people love it. I have no problem with the ocean or water, but if you're doing tons of swimming, yeah, it's going to make it more challenging. It depends on what your goal is. If you're trying to build a lot of muscle, excessive cardio, that can be a big downside for packing on extra muscle. But it really depends on what your goal is. For general activity, swimming is great, but it depends on what your goal is. It always depends on what your goal is. That's why pillar number 3 is really about, the training protocol that you choose will lead to the adaptation. So it's not so much what my opinion on swimming is. It's a matter of, hey, what are you looking to accomplish with your fitness, with your health, and with your training? Plus, if you love swimming, that's more of a, okay, if you love swimming, okay, how am I going to work swimming in? I also want to build muscle, but I love swimming. Okay, how do you work swimming into your programming so you're not doing too much, you're not exhausting yourself? It's really all about how you want to work that in. If you truly love swimming, how can you filter that into your training? Very nice. Charmingly awkward. All right, charmingly awkward. Good name, charmingly awkward. Best workouts to lose weight for women. There are none. Lifting weights, eating properly, follow the 7 pillars. That's the best way for humans to lose weight. You mean losing body fat. Lift weights, lift heavy, eat right. When you lift heavy, you can eat more and eat quality food, right? Grass-fed beef, organ meats, animal products, pastured eggs. Keep your carbohydrates on the lower end to like fruits and non-inflammatory vegetables and plant sources. Good ones are white rice and sweet potatoes, but everyone's different. If you're eating properly and you're training hard and you're lifting, you're going to build lean mass. You're going to increase your resting metabolic rate. You'll lose fat over time and you'll have better structure. You'll reduce your risk for osteoporosis. You'll be more mobile, more functional. You'll feel better, have more energy, better sleep, all those things. So the quote, best workouts to lose weight for women, for men, for all that stuff is just bullshit. It's just a question that people always want the best, but they're not willing to put in the work to even fucking start. I'm not saying that questioner, the person asking that question, isn't starting, but it's like, what's the best thing? There is no fucking best of anything. There is no best. If you're asking what the best is, that's just really like usually a question based on someone else's opinion. And a lot of people ask that so they can avoid putting in the work themselves. But there's nothing fancy about it. There's nothing fancy about it. It's very simple. And like we always talk about, simple is not easy. Just because it's simple and it's obvious, right? You have the 7 pillars are on the right side of your screen, but is it easy? Well, that's relative. Some people, it's very easy. For me, it's very simple and easy to execute these. But I also have a lot of practice and I hone my skills over the course of my life. And it's just very habitual for me to nail my 7 pillars every single day. If it's brand new to you, it might seem difficult, but it's still simple. Easy and simple are 2 different things. So everyone wants it to be easy. And let me tell you, if it's going to be easy, if it actually is easy, chances are it's not really going to work out that well. You're not going to get great results, or it's a smokescreen and you're just getting misled. So if something is easy, it's actually easy, chances are it's not going to last a long time and it's not going to be fulfilling, or you're not going to get optimal results. All right, hashtag execute more. Don't forget on that. Let's get that little Swole card in the corner. Oh, that looks nice up there. Let's see. All right, hashtag execute more for a chance to win today's Swole card, but of course, hashtag ask Papa Swoleo in the comments for questions. These are some of my experience, in terms of some of these things are just my opinion. Some of these things, I just have a lot of experience with some of the questions that you're asking me. But, when it comes down to things like best or, what do you think of swimming? Look, if you want to, there's certain things that you can work into your programming if it's something that you truly enjoy. But what I was saying before about the swimming, for example, is that you don't have to force it into your program. If you really love it, then let's look at what you want to accomplish and how that can work in. And then you can, apply that without having it set you back. Elijah, Papa Swoleo, Can high rep sets 20 by 3, for example, stimulate good hypertrophy? Sure. You can build muscle at 20 reps or 25 reps, and you can build muscle at 6 or 10 reps, but it depends. Depends on the exercise, depends on the overall volume, depends on your overall program. For example, doing one workout with reps at sets of 20 is not going to build muscle. You're not going to build muscle in one workout. That just creates a new stimulus. So I would just, whenever you're changing rep schemes in your program, just make sure you're not changing too many, because then you don't know what works. And the whole point for building muscle and hypertrophy is that you're pushing towards failure. So I would recommend you'll get much better response doing things like 6 to 8 reps all the way up to like 12 to 15. So like a 6 or 8 to 12 to 15 or so is really more ideal for hypertrophy. Just because the higher reps you're doing, the less weight you're doing, so then the less overload. You know, if you're just doing more reps and you're lifting lighter weight. So essentially hypertrophy is that perfect marriage between heavy weight and moderate reps, because if you go too heavy, then you're barely going to be able to lift it, or you'll lift it one time and that's going to be more of a stimulus to lead towards more strength, which is not necessarily, it's not completely congruent with hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is the muscle size. You'll get stronger too, but you can do strength training protocols that won't focus as much on hypertrophy. So you can build strength without building a ton of mass, or you could bias more towards strength rather than mass. That's why people that compete will try to increase their strength at their weight class, because if they gain too much muscle size, they go up in a weight class and then they're going to be at the bottom of the pile again. So they try to maximize their strength at their weight class. So you can increase strength while keeping your muscle mass low. But of course, when you're building muscle, you'll increase strength too, but there's different training protocols. So if you're trying, your goal is to get bigger physically, you want to keep the range more like moderate, more low moderate. Let's see. Red Top Gamer. Should I do cold therapy when I have a fever or if I'm sick? I probably wouldn't. I mean, a fever, it depends. I would have to go, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I would have to see how I feel. Personally, if I had a fever, like if I was hot, I probably depends on how I feel. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know how you feel. I mean, if I feel hot, I'll get in the cold plunge. If I'm sick, I don't know. It'd have to be on a case-by-case basis, and I would have to actually feel the symptoms and see how I actually felt in order to do it. But I'm not going to be here and tell you to necessarily do it, because what happens is when your body is dealing with, you know, a virus or an infection, your body's already going through stress. So stressing your body out more might not be ideal. So I would have to actually see how I felt personally. It's hard to like portray that or project that to someone else's question. Good question though. Good question. I'm not sure if you're actually feeling this or you're just asking a question about it. Do you feel sick currently, or are you just asking if you were sick? What would I recommend? Let's see. Julian to your Ricky. What up? Papa Swolio, is there a way to do chest dips at home? I refuse to go back to the gym since they enforce the vax passports. I agree. Good for you. Fuck that shit. Chest dips at home? Sure. Chest dips are really just dips that are going to hit more of like the lower and more like costal fibers of the chest. So what you can do is do that between 2 chairs or 2 benches, or, you know, you just need that kind of same type of elevation. You can do deep like decline or deficit push-ups where you have like 2 blocks or 2 handles and get really deep. That's going to be more, that's not going to be the same type of angle as a chest dip, but you can do it between 2 chairs. A lot of people have like 2 chairs, and then you could put like maybe some weights or some heavy bags or like some milk jugs or whatever it is on the 2 chairs, and do dips between the chair backs, depending on what kind of chairs or what kind of furniture you have in your house. It's really, that just comes down to you mimicking the angle of the mechanical force on the muscles. Chris, just curious if of any teasers you would be willing to share or give on Swole season week 7. Just curious, as I know things are about to change in the program. You're going to find out. I don't have it all memorized in the back of my head, but I don't. You shall see. You shall see. No teasers. You'll see. You'll get into the program. When you get there, you'll see. You'll see. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Cheers. Enjoy. How many of you have finished Swole season? How many of you in the fam did Swole season already? Good for you, Chris. Crushing it, right? Moving right along with Swole season, baby. Sneak peeks. Sneak peeks. You're just going to get the guillotine. The guillotine. You're going to get Swole season when you switch phases. You're just going to get the axe, just like the accountability meetings. Just going to get chopped. Slice. Swole for Vendetta. S for Swolio. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that, Pedro. Yeah, that's a good idea. So getting back to, wait, who said that? Who's saying doing the dips at home? Yeah, Pedro dropped that. I kind of overlooked that. You could get rings. Who was asking that question? Julian. Yeah, Julian to Ricky. So Pedro was saying you could do bench dips. You could do ring dips too. So I don't know what equipment you have. If you're doing stuff at home, you could get rings. If you have a pull-up bar, depending on how you have your pull-up bar anchored, you can get rings and hang it from your pull-up bar, and you could do it that way. Or you can go outside and hang the rings from a tree, and you could do it that way. Or from like a staircase, depending on what you have around you, you can hang rings. That's a great way. That's probably the best way. Ring dips are awesome. Yeah, ring dips are great. Steven, I just finished 4 ounces of beef liver. Yeah, SwoleFam crushing with that beef liver. How many of you had that beef liver today? I had some beef supplements. I had some steak and some white rice and some butter. I had some beef jerky. It was a good start. I had some dried mango. I had a good start to the day. Oh my God. That was nice.
I gave it a
10.
Oh God.
Gold member.
a fucking 10.
Coffee and beef. Coffee and beef. That was great. Let's see. Josh, did Swole season once? We'll do it once gym is upgraded. I'm holding you to it, Josh. I want to see it. I want to see those pictures. All right, let's take, we got maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Let's see. Patrick Goliano. Patrick Goliano, eh? Who do you admire most, living or dead? I would say the living, because they're not fucking dead, I guess. It's interesting. Admire the dead. I don't think it's really worth admiring either, but just focus on what you need to do. Yeah, I would admire people that are fucking putting in the work, and, you know, people that you aspire to be like, you know, that have habits that you want to cultivate. Dead people? All right. One thing about dead people and one thing about the past is that a lot of times you're very selective in what you remember or what you read. You know, you read only good things about this person's life, or you only remember the good things, or you only remember specific things and you don't get a full picture. It's like, you know, they can't defend themselves. It depends on what kind of dead you're talking about. Like family, or are you talking about historical figures? It's a strange question. That's the first time I ever got that one. Interesting. All right, here. We'll take 1 or 2 more. Trace, might be off topic. Nothing's off topic with the Daily Swole. Nothing's off topic. Might be off topic, but have you noticed that the whole situation with Ukraine and Taiwan is eerily similar to 1984 with Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia, just sub in NATO, Russia, and China? Well, I mean, Orwell was very well versed with communism and authoritarianism, as very, very obvious. So a lot of the same, you know, historical alignments and issues and fault lines, so to speak, are, you know, raising their heads again. I don't know if it's really to that point yet, but, you know, humans have an interesting way of mapping towards fantasies that we create. Like when it comes to technology and sci-fi novels and stuff, we kind of like, oh, it's so much in the future. And then we create what we imagine, right? From stories and stuff, from like, you know, Star Trek and shit like that. Now we have FaceTime, you know, pretty much like that. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. I mean, the thing is, Russia is not, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful with what the media portrays. A lot of these, where the media is directing your attention. So wherever you're finding the information, just be careful, because when you see what they're promoting, a lot of it's misdirection, or it's what what the powers that be will want you to focus on. I think the only real issue, the interesting situation would be, or the wise move I would see, is because Biden's such a weak puppet, that if, you know, Russia made moves as well at the same time as China with Taiwan, like there's two fronts there. Like, are we just gonna wave our fist and just kind of like, meh? I think a lot of this is kind of nonsensical and not really an issue if the United States actually focused on our infrastructure like we should. If we were creating these chips in the United States, now I know they're building factories, but it's probably going to still take like 3, 4, 5 years to create them. So it might be too little too late, because, man, 3 or 5 years nowadays is a lifetime. So, you know, we just need to bring this stuff back to the United States, and then we're not dependent, you know, on these other countries like China. But, you know, Biden and the elites, we keep on outsourcing all of our workforce to other countries. It's like we keep on, you know, we can complain about the situation and then keep on digging our hole deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's really important that we focus on bringing all this, you know, manufacturing to our country. But people don't want to work, right? All the oppression, it's so awful here in the United States. Everything is evil. You know, you got a lot of people that are just completely, you know, don't want to put in any fucking work. They don't want to learn anything valuable. They want to focus on gender studies and oppression and all this bullshit that's not going to further our country and further our society. People are just more interested in burning shit down than actually building. Other countries are focused on building, like China. But there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of things, and I'm no expert, but there's a lot of issues. You know, China's population is declining because they have way too many men, not enough women, because of their one-child policy. And for so many years, not anymore. I think they're like trying to push like 2, 3 or more children, like as many as possible now, but it's going to be too little too late. United States population is declining. So everyone that's complaining that, oh, we're overpopulated. We're not overpopulated. We're actually underpopulated, and we're not creating the kind of technology and the kind of advancements that we need to sustain more people on this earth, which is completely possible. We're nowhere near, you know, overloaded on the planet. There's so much fucking space. We just need to keep on working towards it. But then you have all the, you know, the woke ideology, you know, blaming everything on climate change. Now we can't fucking even harvest energy because everyone's like, no, but the environment. Well, we can't live on wind and solar. We can't survive as a species on wind and solar. It's just insane. So there's a lot of antithetical approaches to all of this. You can see how complicated it gets. There's just so many different layers to it. Yeah, and some people are thinking, okay, Russia's not going to take over all of Ukraine because, like, the eastern part of Ukraine is Russia, or a lot of them are Russians. But of course, you take over half the country, you invade at all, then that's just the start of it. Then you're going to go further. Russia's not that powerful. Russia doesn't have it looks big. They don't really have a lot of industry. They don't have a lot going for them. I think like the entire output or GDP of Russia is what, like New York City or New York State. It's really not that powerful. They have nukes. A lot of countries have nukes. You know, I just think it comes down to the United States, us focusing on ourselves and not fucking worrying about a lot of other shit going around, or not nitpicking what to pay attention to and what not to pay attention to. You know, turn a blind eye to the genocide in China and then pay attention to Ukraine because of Hunter Biden's ties to Ukraine and, you know, the Biden crime family trying to protect, like, you know, more secrets from coming out and leaking out or something like that. But America fuck yeah! Yeah. Yeah, look to BlackRock and Vanguard and all that kind of shit if you want to know where the shit flows. But anyway, just a little ranting there off some comments. Let's see down here. Stephanie, every 25 years, the same fear-mongering end of days is cycled through. Next year will be an asteroid. Yeah, that's coming next, or UFOs. They kind of teased UFOs last year or the year before. And then, oh, well, we just don't know what they are. What was that distracting everyone from, right? It was such a big deal in the papers. Oh my God, UFOs, no one knows what these lights are. And just no talk of it. Yep, just distraction. Julian, you know what's funny? It's mostly the weakest in our society that feel so scared of COVID and want the able to fight population to be as weak as them. Well, of course they should be. The weakest in our society should be afraid of COVID because they're fat, they're unhealthy. They should be scared. They should be scared. They have weak immune systems and they have no prospects. They have no purpose. They have terrible education. They've just been thrown into debt since they were born practically. No. Anna, bad COVID takes. What's bad? You're afraid of COVID, Anna? Where do you live? What's a bad COVID take? I don't know if you're talking about what comment in the live chat you're referring to. COVID's absolutely overblown. Absolutely. It's a real thing, but people with compromised immune systems and people that are obese, that are, metabolically compromised, they're going to have problems with all-cause mortality. I mean, deaths from diabetes and heart disease, thousands every single day, but no one talks about that. And everyone just talks about COVID cases, which is absolutely not a concern. The more you test, the more cases you're going to find, but the death rate is exceptionally low. Exceptionally low. Complications from COVID is exceptionally rare or very low compared to how many cases you're going to find because everyone's going to get it. And people with fortified immune systems will have less dramatic outcomes, which is the goal, which should be the goal. But of course, the problem is no one wants to discuss, very few people discuss actual health, which is going to prevent all cause mortality. These things like vaccines, which are leaky, which don't have a good track record, as we are all seeing, these insane authoritarian precautions to wear a face diaper that don't work. These masks don't work. The vaccines are very, very leaky and they don't last more than maybe a couple months. Maybe if you're very immunocompromised, it could be beneficial, but it's still not going to last long. Fundamentally, we need to get healthier as a society. That's the problem. We need to get healthier as a society, but that takes effort, right? That takes effort. That takes from the ground up. How do you get people eating healthier? How do you get hundreds of millions of people unaddicted to food? How do you get them off all these garbage sandwiches and chips and soda? Seriously, how the fuck do you get people off eating that shit? It might not be possible. People are just kind of starting to talk more about the opioid epidemic. That keeps getting swept under the rug. Everyone's medicated. But the same thing with food. Food is the same as these drugs. They're made in a lab in order to get you hooked on them. How do we get people off that shit? We don't. Yes, it is overblown, Anna. It's absolutely overblown. I appreciate your opinion, but I think you're way off on this one. It writes, COVID is not overblown and we can't be selfish. I'm not being selfish. I'm actually encouraging people to take care of themselves. You and I might not get it too bad, but passing it on to someone else could be deadly for them, which is why they should take care of their health too. Don't be a selfish asshole. I'm take care of myself. You should take care of yourself. Everyone should take care of themselves and do the best for them. So getting a vaccine and eating chips and hamburgers and, drinking 2-liter bottles of soda, that's not going to help you. Understand? Vaccines don't stop your diabetes. They don't stop your heart disease. Okay? So it's absolutely overblown. The reaction to COVID is much, and has been and continues to be much more of a danger to our society than COVID itself. That is evident. If you do not see that, you are just simply not paying attention. That being said, let's go balls deep. Good talk, though. I appreciate the comments, everyone.
That's deep.
I appreciate the comments, even from you, Anna. I definitely appreciate it. We're all in the same boat together. That's the thing to remember. This is always survival of the fittest. I don't want people to die, but people die. People die every single day. The interesting thing is people don't care when someone's dying from heart disease. They don't care about people dying from diabetes. They don't care. They don't care. Every once in a while, you have people that use a hashtag, fuck cancer. At baseball games, oh, that's cool. You sell some tickets. Okay. How's that all going? People are fucking getting sicker and sicker and sicker from shit that can be preventable. If we actually got people healthy, baseline, most of these things won't be a problem. People are going to die every day. People die from the flu. People will die from COVID. They'll die from the next thing that gets released or gets created or whatever happens, or an asteroid or an earthquake. There's always going to be tragedy. Okay, we can't live in fear, and we can't tuck our tails and ignore what we can do. So remember, so for example, the 7 pillars, right? The 7 pillars are things that we can control. These are things that we can do for ourselves every single day. No one's in control of our community but us. No one's in control of our nutrition but us. No one's in control of our training but us. No one's in control of our recovery but us. No one's in control of our mobility but us. No one's in control of our mindfulness but us. No one's in control of our consistency but us. Focus on things you can control. Stop worrying about things that you can't. It's okay to be aware of them, because then you can adapt and you can adjust and you know how to pivot and you know how to, redirect your approach. But stop focusing on things that you can't control. Imagine, we talked about this yesterday. Imagine if every single person was exercising regularly. Every single person was eating better. And I know not everyone has the same access to foods, but you all know well and good, if you're spending $10 at McDonald's, you can go to the store and buy some fucking fruit, buy some beef, buy some meat. You can use that money elsewhere more wisely, okay? If we had much more like a universal understanding of what food actually does to our body, people are getting more sunlight. Instead of sending people fucking masks, you're sending people bottles of vitamin D, which is dirt fucking cheap. You could have places like Costco and other companies do like big vitamin D donations, right? That could be their freebie, like they're handing it out on street corners, like, hey, don't forget, here, want some free vitamin D, and people are getting free vitamin D pills, right? That would make much more of a difference. That would make much more of a difference than fucking telling people to hide inside, not produce vitamin D, eat garbage food, incentivize them with, right, chips and hot dogs and garbage and fucking lottery tickets to get a fucking experimental vaccine. What you're doing is you're just redirecting and misdirecting the concern as if there's some simple solution like, oh, take this. It's going to be like a force field around you. You're just going to create a bubble and you'll be nice and safe. It's fucking nonsense. It's nonsense. You're not doing anything that's actually improving your health. What? All right. Okay, let's get some more gorillas.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
God, what kind of a country is this? What kind of a country is this? It's fucking America. Let's hit that button again.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
You guys are awesome. Look, anyone's opinions and stuff, you're all welcome here. You're all welcome here. You can talk shit. You don't have to, agree with everything that I say. You can, you don't have to. But the SwoleFam, we're on the same page. Like, the bottom line is we got to focus on things that we can take care of, that we can control, and we need to make sure that we are taking the best care that we can of our health. So Maxwell, Julian, Elijah, Brian, everyone watching in the comments, you can control these things. You can control more than you realize. I think that's the most important thing, is people need to realize that they have more autonomy and more ownership of their own bodies. I think a lot of people just think, oh, let me ask the government or my doctor. Like, a lot of people think their doctor. A lot of people think their doctor is a person to go to ask questions about their health. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to not go to a doctor, but think about this. People are asking or like thinking that you go to your doctor for health information. That's insane. You go to your doctor when you're fucking sick. You go to your doctor when you have a broken leg. You should be going to your doctor when you have, a real impending emergency traumatic issue, right? You get into a car accident, you go to the ER. You shouldn't be going to your, it's a sick care system. Now, that's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is. Okay. And a lot of doctors didn't get into the system for that, but that's the way it kind of churns them into. It's important to make sure that you are pursuing health optimally for yourself. And I think a lot of people don't realize that they can do that. How many of you understood that an elimination diet would be as powerful? How many of you understood how powerful the elimination diet was? Once you did it, once you did the elimination diet, you realize, we talked about this yesterday not yesterday, 2 days ago in the accountability meeting. The elimination diet is so powerful, but it really only hits you once you do it. How many of you were there live? I know Chris was there. I know Elijah was there for a little bit. I know most of you were there, but those are the ones that were talking. but you really don't understand the elimination diet. You don't really understand how food impacts you until you've gone through it, until you've actually experienced, oh my God, when I don't eat these things, I feel fucking amazing. When I re-implement them, it really jacks my stomach up. And you don't see that contrast because until you remove these toxins from your environment, you don't realize how much it resets you. You don't realize how sensitive your body is to these things. If it's just one more piece in a sea of noise, then you don't notice those little different changes. You don't realize that you're bloating a little bit from whatever the heck it is. Let's say you're eating some bread. You don't realize that you're bloating from it because you're already chronically bloated. So what's a little bit more bloating, or what's keeping it, or what's the difference going to be if you just kept the same, right? You eat a little bit more bread, you're still bloated. You don't notice any difference. You were bloated before, now you're still bloated. You don't realize that bread is a huge culprit. Like, just saying theoretically, right? Most people, or many people, are. So if you understand by doing it what these things impact, and you realize how much power you have and how much of a big deal it is every single day. It's a huge fucking deal. All right. So that being said, let's see. Oh, we got, God, everyone always gets really creepy. I don't know what this is going to say. This looks really kind of loud and annoying, but whenever someone gets into gets to their kids a little bit.
What's in the box?
Let's take a couple comments about the elimination diet, because these comments live are really hitting hard. Let's see here. Let's see a follow-up from Anna. Oh, thank you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you being here. You're free to your opinions and your thoughts, and I'm glad that you shared them. Anna writes, certainly don't agree with everything you say, but you have excellent fitness advice, and Swolenormous X is awesome. Why, thank you, Anna. I appreciate it. And no hard feelings, of course. I wish you and those you care about the best. And yeah, keep taking care of yourself. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for being here on the Man Stream. Let's see. Peaceful Bandit, execute more. I had no idea how much food bothered me till I did it, referring to the elimination diet. It's a game changer. Julian, I am a huge supporter for the elimination diet. It really helped me clear up a lot of my sensitivities. Nicole, the elimination diet will blow your mind. I'm reading all these, so in case you're watching live and in case you're listening after, I'm telling you, if you haven't done it yet, you need to. You need to. Even if you feel great, then you'll feel even better. You're going to learn more. It's priceless. Josh, I can notice things after doing the elimination diet. Yeah, you're more plugged in. You're more plugged into all those little changes and adjustments that you go through day to day. Chris, there was nothing I've done better for myself until I went all in with the elimination diet. Mike, what up, Mike? Life changing. The elimination diet showed me a way of eating with no bloating and being nauseous all the time. Fuck yeah. Michelle, you can't explain the elimination diet until you've done it. I had no idea what foods were affecting me and how much they affected me. John, elimination diet alone relieves debilitating symptoms. People have less migraines. I've never had a migraine, but I've heard they take you out the entire day. They can. They can actually take you out for multiple days. Any of you suffer from migraines? We had a member who was drinking milk or dairy her whole life and had chronic migraines, debilitating migraines, and they would take her out for like a week because, you have a brutal migraine for one day, let's say all of Monday. Then Tuesday, God, you had a fucking raging headache and you were in bed all day. Tuesday, you're going to feel like you're hungover. You'll be dehydrated. You might be continuing the symptoms. You just feel groggy and you're just exhausted. So it's really going to take you through like Wednesday even. I mean, of course, some people just have to go back to work and suck it up, but you're going to be jacked up for a few days. So then think about it. You're not eating properly. You're not sleeping well. You're not drinking enough water. You're not exercising. Chances are you're not with a raging migraine. You're sitting there meditating. It's going to be really uncomfortable for you. So you're really falling off completely for a few days. And imagine having that all the time. Every couple of days you're having a severe migraine. It'll just be a debilitating life. Jen, you don't realize how much your body is warning you to stop giving it shit until you've done a full elimination diet. I cut out a lot and couldn't be happier. My migraines and acid reflux are gone. Good for you. I had acid reflux. I tell that story a lot. I had nasty acid reflux. It was so bad. It was so bad, but I fixed it. And I was eating chicken and steak, but it was all grain fed and, poisoned, supersized chicken breasts for like $1.50 a pound. It was really cheap food. I was, fresh out of college and I was working and I was like, oh, a great deal. $1.29 a pound for chicken. I'll buy 20-pound fucking box of all this. I'll go to like the back way of a deli and I'll go in the back and they would bring me out a big cardboard box with a big plastic bag with just these chicken breasts that look like, I don't know what kind of bird this was from. It said it was from a chicken. It could have been a fucking like one of those pterodactyls or something. It was huge, like the size of your face. So obviously hormones, maybe there were like cockfighting chickens that lost. I don't know. But these things were huge and I had just a nasty acid reflux. It's not worth it. Thank you, Jay. I just removed your question or your comment. Papa, the elimination diet is amazing and saves me from so much pain and suffering. Keep preaching. Thank you, Jay. Huge difference. Christopher, God, it was what was killing me. I had no fucking idea. I had no fucking clue what that food was doing for me. I had Taco Bell one day once and was sick and achy for days. And I used to live on fast food. Good for you, dude. Good for you. Nick, for the elimination diet, I found white potatoes, onions, and nightshades. Fuck me up. Yeah, so like eggplants and red peppers too, right, Nick? Christopher, I switched from fast food to grass-fed beef, and the weight started melting off. Fucking let's go. Good for you, bro. I'm so stoked. I gotta see some more. I'm interested in some more progress content, Chris. How's your weight loss going, or fat loss going, I should say? Ah, special star. Migraines are no joke. Ain't no joke. I get them. Thank God they don't last for days. A couple days feels like a lifetime of torture. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's fucking brutal. Chris Roberts, acid reflux, irritable bowel, headaches, bloating, high cholesterol and triglycerides, chronic pain, all 100% better or completely gone from actually taking on the elimination diet. I think we can leave it there. What great comments. All right, so if you're just watching, I know we haven't gone balls deep yet. We're going to get into it right now. But if you haven't checked out Swolenormous X or checked out the elimination diet, check out our blog on the website. Type in Swolenormous and elimination diet. We've just done so many conversations and discussions about it. You can find on YouTube. But we have blogs on the website that kind of give you a little insight. Let's see this shit post, by the way.
What's in the box?
Let's get the first one. Let's see what's going on here. I don't really know what this is. It hurts my eyes to look at it. I don't like this weird animation. I don't know, that kid looks way too big to be held by this woman in this picture. And what's going on with her eyes? Is that a mouth? It looks like 3 eyelids. All right, I'm not a fan of that animation. Let's see. Here to remind you that despite diet culture saying, this is from a page called Embodied Kiddos. Embodied Kiddos. Sounds creepy. Sounds like someone's about to be arrested. Here to remind you that despite diet culture saying you should lose weight to be a better parent. Does anyone say this? Does anyone say that? Diet culture says you should lose weight to be a better parent. You should lose weight to be a better parent. I mean, honestly, The Whispering Eye. I love role models. I love that movie. Brian. Her Whispering Eye. Does anyone say you should lose weight to be a better parent? I don't think anyone's ever said that in that one sentence. I think you should lose weight to be a more physically active parent. I mean, you'll be able to catch your kid if he's running into the road. If you're morbidly obese, you're not gonna be able to run after him and grab your kid's arm and shit like that. Being able to, quote, run around with your kids doesn't make you a good parent. What? This trope is ableist and fat phobic. Oh, I got a soundboard for you.
Go fuck yourself.
Really? I think being able to run around with your kids absolutely makes you a healthier parent. It makes you a more physically involved parent. I mean, a good parent, how do you define good? I think it makes you a better parent. Why wouldn't it? I mean, it doesn't help if you run around with your kids and then beat them afterwards. You know, you could be a terrible person, run around with your kids, chasing them, right? If you're trying to abuse them or something like that. But sure, being able to be physically active with your kids, fuck yeah, it'll make you a better parent. You should be doing that with your kids, in my opinion. This trope is ableist and fat phobic. Look, if you're a parent and you're in a wheelchair, okay, then this podcast or what I'm saying is not for you. You know what we're talking about. Ableist and fat phobic. We're not talking about someone who got into a car accident and can't use their legs. Fat phobic, it's not fat phobic, it's truthful. If you're obese, your chances are you're not running, you're not doing much movement of any type. And passing on that information to your kids, you're already passing on your obese genes and that kind of epigenetic scarring, but also you are showing that, hey, when you get older, you don't have to stand up. You can just watch TV and eat Cheetos all day, just like mom and dad. This is a shit post. Your kids need love, connection, and someone to remind them that bodies come in all shapes, sizes, and abilities, and that all of them are worthy. Yes. Everyone's a special snowflake, and no bad things will ever happen to you. You get to grow up in a little bubble, and if anyone's mean to you, just run to mama and dada and you tell them they protect you. Sounds great. All bodies are worthy. Bodies come in all shapes and sizes. Yeah, and a lot of people trash whatever size that they have. Okay? So it doesn't mean that some people might not have a harder time losing body fat. Maybe it's because of how they're raised, their genetics or their epigenetics from their parents, but still can. It just might be a little bit more of a challenge. Some people have to work harder at certain things if they want to succeed. Oh no. Here's the caption. There's a caption here, so let's not jump to conclusions. Come on. Hold on. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's see what they have to say in the caption. Fat parents are great parents. Not a strong open.
You can't be at least mildly interesting, then shut the hell up.
Maybe I spoke too soon. Not a strong open. That's a rough way to open a caption. Fat parents are great parents.
What's your name, fat body?
Yeah. We'll move on. I'll let you all voice your opinions in the live chat. Fat parents are great parents. Disabled parents are great parents. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. Why is that? Disabled parents are great. Okay. If someone tragically had something happen to them, that sucks. But yeah, you got to move on. Okay, they could be. I think disabled parents could be terrible parents. Why can't it go both ways? Look, I'm not hating on anyone that's disabled, but saying that just disabled parents are great parents, that's not true. Fat parents can be terrible parents. In my opinion, more often than not, fat parents are not good parents because they're passing on their fucking fat lifestyles to their kids. So saying fat parents are great parents, that's just not true. By default, disabled parents are not necessarily. Doesn't mean you're a bad parent, but it doesn't mean you're a great parent. Again, it has nothing to do with it, right? Has nothing to do with whether or not you're a good parent. Diet culture in parenting further marginalizes already marginalized people. Oh, got to push them to the fucking margins. Get out that word, right? Just stretch those margins to the end of the paper. Just fucking get that. Just justify that text all the way to the fucking rim. I want that Arial font right to the edge. Just scraping the edge. Marginalize the marginalized. And margarine's terrible for you, by the way. All right? It further marginalizes already marginalized. You just can't Oh my God, you're marginalizing already marginalized. You're marginalizing the marginalized. Okay, Jenna. Diet culture and parenting further marginalizes already marginalized people with BS like this much recited line. I can't even read this shit. I can't read this shit with a fucking... I can't anymore. This is horrible. If your New Year's resolution includes dieting or exercise for weight loss, fat loss, try to be curious about the real reason for that desire. Maybe you're fucking huge and you have trouble getting in and out of your car. You're tired of being cramped in airplane seats or sitting in fucking chairs. You're complaining about going to the bathroom in a stall, right? You have trouble taking a shit, like we read in the post yesterday. Are you seeking health? What does that mean to you? Can you add more health-promoting behaviors without your body changing? Why is it about your body changing? Look, if you promote better body behaviors, you're going to lose fucking extra fat. You know why? Because you shouldn't have it on you. You shouldn't have so much. I have extra body fat. I just don't have excessive amounts that I have to drag around me. I don't have excessive amounts of body. I don't have body fat to the point where it's going to affect like me, like functioning as a human being. If you do, that's a problem. Or are you seeking worth? That doesn't come from a smaller or more able body. All bodies are worthy, and all bodies can be great parents. Can be. Oh, you said something properly. Yeah. And all bodies can be horrible fucking parents. We got a lot of hashtags here. Hold on a second. Let me take a deep breath in. We'll do it all in one breath. Body positive, disabled parenting, fat positive, anti-diet, diet culture dropout, body trust. Body trust is your birthright, modern parenting, body positive parenting, embodied kiddos, embodied families. Let me tell you something. Only one of these hashtags you might see, one or two, fat positive, anti-diet, body positive. You're never going to see. I wonder what the competition is for body trust is your birthright. Hashtag. How many posts do you think are under that? Hashtag body trust is your birthright. How many people have ever typed that shit? How many people have ever like, whoa, let me just see what's the latest on hashtag body trust is your birthright posts? Body trust? Has anyone ever hashtagged? I mean, I'm always impressed when there's a new hashtag. Considering how many hashtags have been done in the past like 20 years, I think that's impressive. I don't think that's ever been done. You know why? Because it's fucking retarded.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Except this person. It doesn't mean anything, Jessica. It doesn't mean anything. Oh God, Nicole Cruz. No, I'm done with the stupid shit. Well, almost. We got a couple of videos here. We got to do a video or two before we bounce. All right, hashtag execute more for a chance to win today's Swole card. All right, we got to do a video. Pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Let's do it. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Drop in the comments below. Oh my God. Oh my God. What does body trust mean? No one knows. We got a 3. We got 2, 2, 2. I think we're going 2s. We're going 2. Let's take John. John's going to lead team 2. John's going team 2, baby.
I like to caress rusty spoon.
All right, John. Now, here's the deal. If you're brand new to the show, we kind of raffle off, right? We see who types which number gets typed the most, and I just pick a random person who's going to lead the team for that choice, and then we just get to blame that person, okay? So just like these victims, just like the fat acceptance, jabronis, and jabbernets, body trust is your human right, or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, we're going to blame John. So we're going to watch something that's going to really punish our eye holes and ear holes, most likely. And then we just get to use John as our scapegoat. And it works out great. It's really refreshing. Right? I understand why people do the blame thing. It's very refreshing. It's like, oh, it's your fault. Oh, everything's fine. Yeah, as long as it's someone's fault and I can point and be like, John, fuck you. We can manage it. All right, so this video is called I Feel Fat. And... well, feeling is just the tip of it. Let me put it that way. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. That's the understatement of the century.
What's in the box?
And septum piercing alert. Septum.
Morning, fatties.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's start that again. What is that tattoo? Hold on a second. What's that tattoo on her arm? Is that a barbecue skewer? Are those hard-boiled eggs? What is that tattoo on her arm? That is I think she did that tattoo with her left hand, with her eyes closed. I don't even know what that is. So we have red hair, we have a nose piercing, and of course we have a septum piercing. We have one of those like lip piercings in the middle. I don't know, but it's septum piercing. You already know. You already know where this is going to go.
Good morning, fatties. I wanted to make this video because I think there's a little bit of confusion around the phrase.
Why is this 2 minutes long?
I feel fat.
Christ.
I want to say right now, I am not invalidating people who are legitimately diagnosed with body dysmorphia. It's serious and it's an illness. I get it. But for the people who are just saying,
I heard a cat meowing in the background as if we didn't know she had cats.
I have body dysmorphia because you feel shit about your body. No. So this video is directed to the latter group of people. You don't feel fat. Fat is not a feeling. Fat is an adjective. It is a descriptor. But it's incredibly harmful to use the statement, I feel fat, because you are directly correlating fatness with whatever you're actually feeling. So you might actually just be feeling ugly, not fat.
Yeah, no kidding. You don't say. You don't say. You don't say. I'm sure that's what you mean.
Fat
No
doesn't
kidding.
mean ugly. You might be feeling undesirable.
Obviously speaking from personal experience.
Which again, fat does not mean undesirable.
Depends. You can't redefine what I'm going to say whatever I want. People can say whatever the fuck they want.
You might be feeling sluggish, which again, fat people are not inherently sluggish.
Yes. Generally, like, what the fuck are you
So
talking-
please, with
what
all my
fat people
love,
do you know?
like this is not coming from a place of anger. This is coming from a place of
Obesity?
a fat person telling people how statements make them feel.
Fat aggression.
This is just coming from the fat community.
Okay. So this fat person is speaking for the fat community. Apparently, there is no fat community. There's just, well, I mean, that's pretty much everyone. It's the United States. People are just fucking fat. Playing the victim is like, this is not coming from a place of anger. Yeah, okay. Playing the victim, you're hurting me. It's my feelings. Yeah, this is passive aggressive. This is literally dynamics. It's just fucking bullshit. You're playing a victim. I feel fat. Don't say that. It hurts our feelings. I don't give a fuck. Take care of your health, and then you don't have to worry. This is a non-issue if you actually took care of yourself.
Don't like it when people say that they feel fat.
Don't care if
because
you like it or
fat
not.
is not a feeling.
It can be.
And it is
Why not?
fat-phobic to perpetuate the idea
It's
that
not.
fat is synonymous with ugly, undesirable, sluggish, etc.
Most people aren't attracted to obesity because most people are not attracted to morbidity. Fat is absolutely associated with sluggish because most fat people are fat for a reason. They don't move quickly. They don't move quickly. What's the opposite of quick? Sluggish. They don't move fast. So I say like, oh, Papa Swole, you're so mean to fat people. Well, if they come after me, I will saunter away casually and I'll be fine.
So next time you feel fat, dive into what you actually feel
Oh, get another fucking cat for God's sake.
and dissect that.
Jesus Christ.
Love you, bye.
Love you, boy. Love you, boy. Go fuck yourself.
We choose truth over facts.
All right, that was great. Thanks, John. You see how nice it is? Thanks, John, you fucking nugget. Oh, my God. Well. Well. What do you do after that? What do you do besides, like, find yourself a fucking strong rope? What do you do after watching that? Like, well, find yourself a beam and a rope. All right, let's, we got another one.
What's in the box?
Number one or number two? Number one or number two? Number one or number two? Let's blame someone else. Thanks, John, for nothing. Appreciate it.
A three-letter word. Jobs. J-O-B-S.
We got one, two. All right, we'll let it run for a second. That was brutal. I think you can use it. Why not? Why not? I feel fat. You know what it means? I feel fat. It means I feel like a fat person. I feel bloated. I feel swollen. I feel immobile. I feel, yeah, because that's how you feel. Come on, any of you that are obese or were obese or in the process of becoming unobese or de-beast, tell me, like, did you feel really active and fucking, like, did you feel really spry when you were obese? Of course not. Of course not. Papa, you should do polls like on YouTube in the chat. I probably have to open up like the manager. I use a different app. I don't use actual YouTube Studio. Can you do polls in that? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll look into it. Yeah, I don't look at the interface. A lot of people use like the YouTube stream window, but I stream on so many platforms. YouTube is only a part of it. But most people watch on YouTube, so I didn't know they have that option. All right, we got number 1111111. Let's do Trace. Trace is going to be, I think Trace and Chris were like, Trace. And Chris is like, I'll take the blame. Go with one. All right, Trace and Chris. Number one. This is called Fat Phobic Doc. And why is it so long? Awesome. This is great.
So like content warning, like fatphobic doctor talk. All
right, what is with these septum piercings? What is going on? What is going on with the fucking nose? Why do you want to look like a fucking bull? I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a long time. Septum piercings are the new blue hair. Notice how everyone's hair is like fine. And just the fucking septum piercing. Trigger warning.
So like content warning, like fatphobic doctor talk. I just went to the doctor for the first time in like a year, like in person. Like I've done telehealth, but this is the first time I've done it in person.
Okay. Again, if you're going to the doctor frequently, that is a sign right there. If you're seeing your doctor frequently, how many of you have been to the doctor in the past year? Chances are, no, I guess it depends on why. Because, the whole last year, everyone's been scared to, been frightened to going unnecessarily to see like medical professionals and stuff like that. If you're going to the doctor all the time, there's a sign right there.
If I don't go to this doctor in person, he like holds my prescriptions captive. And that's really...
How many prescriptions are we talking about, sweetheart? He holds your prescriptions captive. Oh, got to release those prescriptions. What are we on? What you taking? All your prescriptions. That's plural. All right. Nice.
Terrible because like I need these prescriptions for my everyday life. And so like I always have to mentally prepare myself because I know that the doctor is going to be fat phobic or pressure me to lose weight or just straight up not believe me when I tell them things. And obviously all of those things happened. They always do. I literally at one point said, please do not tell me the numbers about my weight. And if I've gained weight, that really triggers me. And while I was saying that, he interrupted me to tell me the exact numbers of how much weight I've gained in the last year and a half. But I think what's most striking.
Why have you gained so much weight in the last year and a half? Let's not address that at all. Let's just ignore it. Keep on, move right along, give me my drugs.
Me is that I went in and said, these are the healthy behaviors that I'm looking to pursue this year. Specifically, I want to eat more than one meal a day because I think that's going to help get my energy levels up. I'd like to eat more nutritiously and I'd like to cook more and order out less. Additionally, I want to regain some of the mobility that I lost during COVID because I was unable to like go out and do my kind of like daily passive exercise of like walking to work. His immediate response to me telling him that these were my current health goals was to ask me what I was doing to lose weight. And what was really striking about this was that about 2 minutes earlier, he had asked me when my last pap smear was. And I told him, like, I have a lot of anxiety about that procedure. I went to get it done once and I had a panic attack, so I haven't gotten one. And his reaction was, that's okay. Like, I understand how anxiety that inducing can be. Definitely find yourself a gynecologist that you trust. When it came to the risk of cervical cancer, he was fine to let me set boundaries. But when it comes to the risks of obesity, he is absolutely not fine with my boundaries and fully willing to break them.
Your fucking boundaries? Really? Your boundaries?
I just don't understand how I can go into the doctor and say, these are the things I'm doing to be healthier and solve the problems I'm facing in my life, and be told that my health and the healthy behaviors and habits I want to develop have to take a back seat to the way I look. They have to take a back seat to me being skinny. And when I called my mom, which was a mistake, and I told her about this and I was like on the verge of tears, she basically said, well, once you get down to a reasonable weight, then you can focus on your health.
Sounds like your mom's laying down the straight fucking truth. Look, this chick doesn't fundamentally understand that this is just cause and effect. Okay? Your input is going to lead to your output. You don't have healthy behaviors, obviously. You're already talking about how you don't want to... This year, I want to stop eating out so much. You eat like shit, is what you're saying. Because of all the lockdowns, I can't walk to work. Just lift, train. Like, what's walking? Great. You should be lifting weights. You're just not doing the things that you should be doing. And you're complaining about the problems that you have that are created by your lack of action with it.
Like, it just proves like this isn't about health, because when I try to do healthy things, I'm told that I shouldn't do them until I'm skinny.
That doesn't make any sense. She's obviously interpreting all this incorrectly. Like, we're only getting one side of the conversation here, obviously. So it's how she's filtering and processing this. It just doesn't make any sense.
Medical professionals and the people who supposedly love me.
Oh, that's it? Oh, it's it. All right, we're done. That was 2 minutes? All right. Well, I'm good with that. You can't get healthy until you're skinny? Oh, wait, what? What? Does that make any sense? All right, this is, we're just going to take this video too because it's called The World is Fat Phobic. So what else is new? Let's just take it because
What's in the box?
All these other fat posts.
I've recently come to realize that people just have no idea.
No septum piercing, but we got a nose piercing. I feel like anywhere on the nose counts almost. Some people have nose piercings and it's okay, but I feel like we're going to expand to the greater nostril region with the septum piercing. I think that's only the tip of the iceberg. And then it's going to be more of like those little, dermal piercings and lip piercings. Any kind of piercings on the face is really like a cry. But, septum, yeah, I'm not so mad at this, the start of this yet. This is going to probably really ruin my ear holes, but.
I've recently come to realize that thin people just have no idea how fat phobic the world is. So I'm starting a series bringing awareness to the various ways that the world, specifically the US, is fat phobic.
Oh, what a wonderful series. I can't wait to indulge in your series.
Today's example is airplane seats.
Oh.
Now, I haven't done a whole lot of flying, especially as a fat person. I've recently gained enough weight to become a fat person.
What? Wait, what? Wait, what? Did anyone catch that? What?
Especially as a fat person, I've recently gained enough weight to become a fat person.
You've recently gained enough weight to become a fat person? What's the threshold there? What's the cutoff? What do you... Oh, thankfully. So now I can talk about it because I finally gained enough weight to become a fat person. So now I'm official. Now you have to listen to what I have to say. The whole world is fat phobic. So she, quote, just becomes a fat person, whatever the fuck that means. And now she's going to make a series about airplane seats, of which she rarely flies. I'm going to talk about it anyway. Something tells me that you're a huge cunt. Let's continue.
But I've been on enough planes to know that it is most airlines and most seats.
Oh.
So I know that this is a horrible picture, but it's the best that I could get.
It's a horrible picture for a few reasons.
I was on the plane last, and if you can see right here and right here, my hips are basically being squished into this seat.
Oh no. Then don't fly Spirit or Southwest. It's not comfortable. They're flying you through the air in a tube to a destination that would take you months to get to otherwise. So it's not supposed to be a fucking relaxing situation. It's supposed to be able to get you there. That's the point. It's not supposed to be a fucking relaxing journey.
Size 16, 18, which is the average size of the American woman. And I've run out of time. See you in part 2.
I'm not upset. I don't care that it ended short. Part 2? Nah, fuck that shit. All right. I'll tell you what. That chick should not be flying. She needs the Oregon Trail, right? So-and-so, like, she died of dysentery. So-and-so broke. You remember Oregon Trail? And, you would name everyone in your family, and so-and-so, like, your sister would break her leg, and you'd be like, run faster. You'd be like, running. So-and-so broke a leg. Slow down. You're like, fuck that. Let's go. You'd ford the river, even when it's like 12 feet deep, and you would just sink, and your oxen would just die, and everything would flood. Yeah, and you're like, who gives a shit? Run faster. You just run, and everyone's getting snake bites and dysentery, and just, family members just dropping like flies. Just run faster. I always did that. That was like the rule. So-and-so broke, like my sister would break her leg and I would just run. I would hit the button, run faster. And they would just go like, just imagine her with the fucking leg. Oh, good shit. All right. Good times. Good times. Good times. That's probably like the best way to prove whether or not you're like a sociopath. It's like, run faster. Faster. Run. All right, hashtag execute more. Remember, join the fam over there at SwoleNormousX.com. We got a couple announcements because Friday we have our Papa Swolio signature series, P3S2, dropping 2/4/22 on Friday. We will drop the brand new Signature series. And it'll be available for 24 hours starting tomorrow night at midnight. So from midnight to midnight on Friday, for 1 day only, just for 24 hours, you can purchase P3S2. And for members, you'll be able to log into your account. You'll see the button. You'll log in. I'll send out a Swole text. I'll talk about it here on the podcast on Friday. So you will all have that notification. You'll know all about it. We'll talk more tomorrow, and I'll be linking put the link in the show notes tomorrow. That way you can have the page open and you can be ready for it. And when it goes live, you will be able to purchase and log your P3S2. So that is fucking awesome.
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden. Look at my record.
Look at my record.
Cool. All right, let's raffle this off. Hashtag execute more. Bisha's Falcon. Pick me a winner. Execute more. 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 We got a winner. Will Spray. Congratulations. Welcome. Welcome, Will. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com and send us an email to there. Hashtag, the subject, SwoleCard 2098 in the subject, and your mailing address in the body of the email. We landed at that one right away. Very nice, Falcon. Nicely done. I know. Congratulations, Will. Send us that email and we'll get you that Swole card. And I think we're going to have execute more. I think we're only tip of the iceberg. You're welcome, bro. Congratulations. And I think we're going to have to bust out more of those execute more. That's a nice card. That's a solid card. Very nice. All right, fam. I will be seeing you inside the Telegram chat as well as over there in the Facebook group and the Discord, all that stuff. But join the fam today, SwoleNormousX.com, and get access to the private SwoleFam. We will be having also another roundtable coming up in the very near future. We got some new releases, of course. Big year coming, and we're well into it. We're in February already. Is today the 1st or is today the 2nd? Today's the 2nd. That's right. It's Groundhog Day. So make sure that you are getting your shit in order. 7 pillars every fucking day. Go after it. Go take care of your health. Great conversation today. I know we went deep. I know we went hard. And I appreciate all the different vantage points and insights. And remember that you need to stay true to yourself and to those around you and handle the things that you can handle. Work on the things and control the things that you can control. And that's the best way that you will be able to move forward. So 7 pillars every fucking day. Falcon, let's cover this B-shot. Close that nut.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here. We choose truth over facts.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
Who told you to eat my cookies?
Lieutenant Dan.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, we got a little cock piano coming. Just you wait. Just you wait.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the so he knows the thing.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
He's heating up! He's on fire!
What the fuck is that? Inconceivable!
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck. I better use my strong one.
Ever served in a forward area?
As you can see, my nipples have been removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
That's a huge nipple!
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Fucking people.
No hands. How's he hitting that piano? Huh. Yeah, you know how it's fucking done. It's with the dick. It's with my dick. Because. Indeed. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for today's episode. Remember, SwoleNormaSex.com for all the links to join the fam, all the specials, everything downloads in the show notes below. Leave us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Check us out everywhere. And remember, thedailyswole.com for all the live stream links. And if you're a member, you get priority access notifications. You'll get a text. You'll get a telegram blast, a Discord alert. Wherever you are in the world, whatever app you want to use, you'll get an alert privately for members only whenever we go live. So make sure you join the fam today. You can get started for less than $5. Check us out, SwoleNormaSex.com. And fam-wise, I will see you tomorrow for Thursday, last day before P3S2. We'll see you then. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Off topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.